Hi there. Now, before this video actually starts, I just want to say Happy New Year, first of all. And I know this was actually pretty old because I did mention to go see One Piece Film Red in theaters, which this video is way overdue for that because, just the busy shit I've been trying to do. Anyway, so here it is, though, without further ado, my One Piece Film Red review. It's already here. Ta-da! There it is. It's going to be really good. Gonna be edited out, so check it out if you haven't already. And yeah, without further ado, now that's why it's old. So now it's just to give you a little warning. The movie has been out of theaters for like a while. I don't know when the digital releases are going to be for the movie, but only time can tell. Now, without further ado, enjoy the review. Well. Haven't done one of these in a while, but greetings everyone, this is me, the Ninja Reviewer here, and wow, okay, so I finally got a chance to see, in my own personal opinion, now this is a very hot take.
No. Wait. Stop it. Get some help.
But One Piece Film Red.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Okay?
And you?
Absolutely.
Okay. First of all, let me move that aside. First of all, let me cast that aside right there. Thank you. Anyways, yeah. So, movie to me, One Piece Film Red is definitely 10 out of 10 for me, aka the best One Piece movie so far, mind you, because the One Piece anime / manga is not over yet. Out of all the series so far, it is my new number one movie, because my number one movie originally was One Piece Film Z, but this one, in my particular opinion, is definitely my new number one, and I will say Film Z now falls into category number two, while going for third place would be One Piece Stampede. And unfortunately, other ones will fall over, like fourth would be Strong World, fifth would be, well, obviously Film Gold. Fighting Gold. Well, I'm not really sure if it's really Fighting Gold, because all that glitter is always not gold, so that's the way I always see it. Anywho, so as I digress, so One Piece Film Red, what makes this movie so special, and why do I think it's the number one One Piece movie in my own personal opinion? And for all the sales and all the, the amount of money this movie made, it's definitely well worth it compared to Super Duper Pooper Hero. Yeah, why are you booing me? I'm right. I mean, it's the facts of life. I mean, just saying here. So, and especially because the marketing for this movie was definitely more on point, especially here in the West, compared to Dragon Ball Super Hero, when clearly you had some advertisement, but it wasn't like big enough, like it wasn't huge, and you expect that because it's Dragon Ball, but not so much. But here, One Piece Film Red, all because of like Ado and most people knowing about her and her voice and whatever, knowing how she is, this was advertised everywhere, even before when the movie hit the States. Like, even though like in Japan, like it was more like really insanely huge because of when it dropped in theaters, but the advertisement here in the US was insane. From billboards promoting the iTunes stuff, you could download the music, all the way to where the Comic-Con weekend was, where you're able to watch the world premiere before anyone else. And the marketing was just everywhere, from billboards to like these other little trailer things. Like they even had a dedication to a night of One Piece and Comic-Con where you're able to see most of Times Square pretty much take over by One Piece stuff, One Piece billboard, advertisements, etc. It was just absolutely goddamn wild. So just seeing all that was just a godsend, a dream come true. Compared to other One Piece films, my god, like, this is the one that definitely got the most insane, like, marketing wise. Like, you could even tell, like, the marketing for this movie was just like the most you've ever seen, even here in the States as well, which I'm very shocked, because nothing like this was for Stampede. They never did any of this for Film Gold. It was just crazy how they advertised this movie. And honestly, I prop Toei, I prop the other Crunchyroll and them for actually doing that. So props to them, and props to you guys for making it possible. You know, man, like, I would never imagine in a million quadrillion years that One Piece would make it this big and this huge, where we were able to get it such an incredible investment of advertisements. And man, it's just wild. And especially me seeing a One Piece film in theaters for the first time, since I never got a chance to see One Piece Stampede, because I think there was something happening. Plus the theaters that were playing it, they were a bit further down, way further more of a drive. So unfortunately, yeah. But like I said, when it comes to One Piece Full Red, it's perfect. They got it into as much theaters as possible when it comes to like a theater even closer to me, which will take about like a 10-12 minute drive. Fucking easy. Just go to that one instead of going all the way down towards a much longer drive all the way down to where the freaking mall area is. So that actually makes a lot more sense compared to just going down all the way to there, where I could just go to a closer theater that's only like 10 or 12 minutes away from where I live. So it's definitely better, and thank God for that. So it was a much shorter ride, had a much greater experience, so stress free, trying to get on time to watch the get to the movie, even though I already reserved my tickets, so it was all good. Got my ticket earlier, so it was all cool. So anyways, then getting to experience the movie firsthand. What makes this movie just like so awesome now? I already talked about the marketing. I already talked about my experience, but you know, just seeing the joys of that. But let's talk about why it's one of my favorites. Well, first of all, the story. The story to this movie was very well written, and obviously Oda did have a very big involvement in the movie as well. And because of that, like, this movie in general was just phenomenally well, like, paced and well written. It feels like you were actually reading a story, or not reading a story, but reading the actual writings of Oda on the manga and just animated into like a full featured movie. And it was just crazy, because this right here, like, including when it comes to Uta as her character, like, I really love the character Uta, even though some people may disagree because of, you know, her actions speak louder than words, like, way later on. But that would be more into like spoiler territories on why her character gets a lot more deeper, which I will get to that quite soon, so don't worry. Okay, fine, I have to spaz out. I have to talk about the spoiler stuff, but not now. We will get to that, and I will definitely have a timestamp on when the spoilers begin and when the spoilers end. And then at the end of the video, it's just my overall thoughts on the movie. But I'm just going to do this part really quick for those who do not want to get spoiled. The writing was very well done. The animation, my god, the animation was just beautiful looking, especially if you're watching it on the big screen compared to watching it, like, let's say on your TV or your mod or whatever. And wow, it was just incredible. And the surround sounds, including when it comes to the song, to the soundtrack, which don't worry, I will get to, like, not too long, just go really well, including the boombox. Like the way the stereo set up in the movie theater was just god tier in my opinion. So definitely it's an experience. I'm not sure if where I'm at, especially if they're still playing it in some local theaters and stuff, or just like theirs are not too far. I think now, unfortunately, they're a bit more further down theaters that are playing it more compared to the one I would go to, which kind of sucks to go to that AMC, which kind of sucks because honestly, that's a much closer AMC to where I am, but it really sucks now they're not playing it over there. So obviously you can tell the movie's going to be even closer to being out for a month status, so that means pretty soon, who knows, it can go to like streaming services or something like that, but I'm not sure anytime soon, because, you know, Japan didn't get their Blu-rays or DVDs yet. But I digress. The story itself was just really well written. Every character did not feel like they were just like there for cameos or just, you know, just to be there, like, oh hey, what's up. Every character had all such a great roles. Like, these characters were just not there for cameos. They had roles. They had things that, you know, related to the story, that actually moved the story forward. And honestly, that's good, because with One Piece Stampede, while I did enjoy the action a lot, the action was just incredible. Again, if you want a really awesome fighting movie, One Piece Stampede is definitely for you. And I'm not saying One Piece Stampede is a bad movie. No, far from it. I actually had a really, really good time with One Piece Stampede. Although, like I said, it's not the most deep story, because obviously it's just, again, action fast. But Douglas Bullet, he really had no motive. Was just like, I just want to be the strongest because, you know, I wasn't recognized by Goldie Roger because he used to be part of Goldie Roger's crew, even though it's not really technically canon. It's just in the movie that it made it look like he was having this set goal that he wanted to do, which he kind of did. I mean, you could argue Douglas Bullet did have somewhat of a goal, but it wasn't established like that well. He kind of reminds me of like old school Broly from, like, not the new Broly for Super, which I respect a lot, but the old school Broly, you know, the one that was just muscle bound, only cared about Kakarot. That's kind of how I kind of felt with Douglas Bullet in that movie. But here, you don't really have like a villain type sort of character. So if you're looking for a villain, there is no villain in this movie. There is an antagonist, which I won't really say exactly who it is, but because, you know, it will give away such things. But there's a lot more to, I mean, let's just say, like, especially when it comes to Uta, there's a lot more than meets the eye. So you're gonna have to keep a gun out for her. So I'm not saying anything else, but you have to see it for yourself. But yeah, but either way though, I think the amount of characters, each one of them had a role, and yeah, each one of them had a role, so that's pretty cool, especially towards the end, because the ending fight, oh my god, the ending, I gotta talk about that in spoilers, but holy fuck, the fucking ending to that movie was just goddamn incredible, man. Just absolutely incredible. One of the best I have seen any One Piece film in a long time. So definitely, yeah, it's even worth it for that. So characters, like I talked about the story, animation I talked about, and I guess now we can finally talk about the very last thing about this movie that made it so impactful: the music. The music did not feel any way at all like filler. It felt more like it definitely connected to the story more than ever. Like, I felt like the story was more connected in a way where it progresses the story. Like, not just I'm like, oh cool, we're just gonna jump into some random dance number, yeah, like, no, like, it's not anything like that. Like, it definitely does progress the movie, and each of the songs does tell like a special message on what that progresses of, you know, I guess Uta's, yeah, most of the songs they do explain on like what Uta's personality and her character and what she's really all about. So I really love that a lot. And the songs are a fucking banger. I love the songs in this movie. Top notch. Ado is the one that basically does the songs, even though they did get a dub. By the way, I did watch this, mainly when I watched this movie, like, for a good while, I watched the English dub. I didn't watch the English sub, which, you know, that's fine, because when I go to a movie theater, I don't want to just, like, sit, like, God forbid I don't get like a closer seat and I don't really want to, you know, get my reading glasses to keep on reading. Like, God forbid if I'm gonna be looking down and I gotta get popcorn or my phone goes like for an emergency, I'm gonna miss what the fuck they're saying, because, you know, they have subtitles with the Japanese language. But how this one, at least we have the dub, so in case I need to get some popcorn or bend down, something's going on, I gotta keep my, you know, ears and eyes open in case, God forbid, something's going on, because, you know, well, you know, watching in the theater is a really awesome experience. You gotta keep an eye out on your surroundings and people and whatnot, you know how, you know, this world is like just wacky and crazy nowadays, just saying. Anyways, so, you know, there's that, and what you would call it, yeah, so anyways, so that's why I went with the English dub for the One Piece Film Red. I went with the English dub for that reason. And I gotta say, the dub was actually pretty damn awesome. All the cast and crew, the characters did a fantastic job. Obviously, not just the main Straw Hats, but for everyone, especially Katakuri, which I know we just heard his voice this year, and I love the dub choice to do for Katakuri. Sounds amazing. Same with Oven. Yeah, same with Oven as well. Definitely Oven, Katakuri. Very well done. Same with Uta. Now we also gotta talk about Uta, because the person they chose for Uta is actually someone that does covers for actual anime and whatnot. And I gotta say, for someone who has a really great voice and can do really good covers and whatnot, it's really a shame they didn't really use her voice to dub over the songs, instead of just like her speaking in English and then just straight to Japanese with the original song from Oda like playing with the subtitles and whatnot, which is very kind of distracting when they kind of do that. That's the only part where I had to pay attention, because everything else was in English. That was the only part that was not in English. So it raises my eyebrow. Like Crunchyroll, oh man. Yeah, honestly, Crunchyroll just kind of played themselves out with that. Yeah, they kind of robbed her for that, honestly, and I feel so bad. Like, I really think they should have just given it more time. Okay, maybe it's... I think it was a time constraining thing, because Crunchyroll really wanted to get this movie out as soon as possible. They didn't really want to be like, oh, but then we have to wait till like December, God forbid, early 2023 if we really want to dub. Get our time and studio to dub all the songs from Emma Lee. Emma Lee is the one that actually does it, and she does an amazing job. Absolutely love her voice choice for Uta. It fits really well with the character. But yeah, it does really suck that basically she didn't really dub the song. Well, she is covering the songs, but the good news is she is covering the songs from the soundtrack. She did 3 of them actually. She did New Genesis, she did Top Musica, and finally she did what was the other one? Backlight? Yeah, Backlight. Yeah, Backlight. So 3 songs so far. I think it's like every week she covers each of the One Piece Film Red soundtrack. So this week coming up, I think she's going to cover another one, which I'm really looking forward to. Hopefully it's that one where it's like Fleet Lullaby or something like that. I hope it's that one. That one's a pretty good one too. And the other one too. There's another one called Green Apple or something like that. There was another one like that too. And of course, like the very ending songs, or the softer, the more chilled out kind of songs. There's that too. So maybe those she'll be able to cover next. But I digress though. Still, either way, the music's were bop. I already listened to the soundtrack before seeing this movie, and I was already thrilled to see how they actually did this on the big screen and how amazing it sounds in theater. Fucking fantastic. So yeah, overall, and then when it comes to like all the characters, including Shanks, like it did really well. So definitely the score I'm going to give this movie is a 10 out of 10 overall. So that is my spoiler-free review of that. So overall, 10 out of 10. Really amazing movie. Definitely check it out if you can. If it's still playing around your area, no matter what state you're in, I highly recommend you go out there and watch One Piece Film Red immediately. And it doesn't matter, you can watch it English dub or English sub, whatever you're choosing. So that's up to you. Now, this is where we're going to go into spoiler territories in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. Here we go. So, spoiler territories. Holy fuck. Alright. We gotta talk about the songs. The songs really do defecate on all the times that Shanks made her feel. Because as we already know, Shanks abandoned, well, kind of abandoned Uta, but not really. Shanks was also trying to protect Uta from her using an ancient thing that they pretty much made her, rehearse a song to, which releases this entity, this demon called Top Musica, and that's what destroys the village. But Shanks wanted to cover that up and say that it was us, the Red Hair Pirates. We burned down the village where we dropped Uta off in this, facility where she's actually going to learn about music and stuff like that. And then Uta gets really pissed off when she was a kid. And ever since then, she always thought like she had like daddy issues, where she basically got abandoned as a kid. And that's the real reason why, because we're trying to figure out like what the hell happened during that special like episodes that they had promoting before the movie. It's like, okay, so now we know. And that's basically what happened. So now we know the truth. Shanks wasn't really evil. He didn't plan some crazy psychotic shit. He didn't really abandon Uta. Actually, that was really the case to protect Uta rather than let her know the truth and, etc., etc. But plot twist though. Plot twist. She knew the entire time. She knew this the entire time. She held this deep inside her. So again, she was more of a protagonist and antagonist at the same time, because she was trying to control like you know, which what should I go with? Should I go with the beliefs I've always believed in ever since I was a kid when Shakes abandoned me? Or maybe I am doing this for the wrong reason. Maybe I shouldn't. Because she was able to trap all these people with her music from getting them into this like world separated from reality is pretty goddamn OP, if I have to say myself. The Sing Sing Fruit is absolutely OP. I can't say it's broken, but it's very overpowered. That's what I'm gonna say on that. It's not OP. Let me just make that clear. It's not OP. It's just, yeah, it's not OP. It's just very overpowered. Yeah, I don't know. Let me twist my words around. Shit. Twist my words around a bit. I meant to say it's OP, not broken, just OP. But I digress that. So, with that though, that is pretty intense though, getting to know exactly what was going on there. So now that we know the truth, she knew the truth about it the entire time. But again, just separating them from reality to this world was absolutely ridiculously like bonkers and insane just to realize that. And then obviously knowing that like, oh, wait a minute, shit, maybe I am doing this for the wrong reason. And then she pretty much figured that it was really her with the whole Top Musica thing, which is Entity thing, which looked really fucking cool. A lot of people were like, oh no, with the giant mech thing, like fucking Stampede. But it's not a mech though. Like, people keep saying it's a mech because, you know, the mechs we had were basically Film Gold, and we had one, well, was it a mech kind of in Film Gold? It kind of was, right, in a way. I guess we could call it that, because it kind of was in a way, like, if you, like, really think about it. Same with Stampede. But this time, it wasn't really an actual Golem or Gundam type thing. It was an actual entity, like a fucking giant-ass fucking demon thing. I don't know why some people said like it was some kind of Gundam or some shit like that, but I'm like, no. It's an actual fucking entity, like a demon thing. And it looks pretty insanely... Like, it's like Dr. Seuss went on acid or something. That's is actually the best way I can describe it. But it's really cool, though. But yeah. Like, that shit is cool itself. Now, I wonder if that's technically going to be somewhat canon in the future in the manga. Because we know Uta is canon in the manga from... speaking of manga canon... Oh, speaking of that... Okay, now we're going to get to the timeline of this. Where the fuck does this timeline take place? Because we see Big Mom alive. Because we know at the end of Wano... Kind of when Big Mom just burned to a crisp in the lava when they got defeated. But Big Mom is just sitting there, mama, just perfectly fine. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, she's fine, no damages, no, like, burn scars, or she's missing something from her body. No, she was, like, perfectly fine. And the second thing is that they still call Luffy the 5th Emperor, and not calling him the new Emperor, or one of the new Emperors that got promoted. Because in the manga, in case you guys don't know, yes, in the manga, Luffy is now an official emperor, joining with the 4 emperors, because obviously we know Big Mom and Kaido are out of the picture. It's now Luffy and Buggy that actually made it through. Buggy, slash Crossgill, but still. So I don't know specifically what timeline is this movie, because not only that, the ending. First of all, before we get to that, let's talk about Usopp and Yasopp's combination. I love the character development with Usopp. I love their interaction. I love the fact that he actually not only did the same shit that Luffy and Momonosuke did in Zou, but also the same thing that Usopp did back in Dressrosa, where he took out Sugar. So that was very cool. He used the power of the observation haki. That was very cool. His observation haki was on point. Very cool stuff there. And Shanks. Oh, Shanks. Shanks was incredible. He wasn't just there for like a brief cameo or anything like that. Yo, the battle between the way that he deflected Kizaru's attacks and the way he was just like close to his neck at one point was just, yo, dude, yo, that shit was nasty, son. What? And then we saw the other crew members doing most of their thing for the most part. Like, maybe not like the most insane amount, but like at the ending of the movie, they were just like going all the fuck out. And it was weird, but the monkey, what's his name? Monster, I think? Or Lucky Roo or something like that? He did some like drill attack, which is weird. Like, it's a monkey doing a drill attack. Like, what the fuck? So weird. And then we finally have the attacks. The spoiler, Shanks again. Did he have like a flaming sword? This dude looked like he had like a flaming sword when he was going against like Top Musica or some shit like that. Even like in the real world when he was like deflecting Kizaru. Same with like Beckman and all them. They were doing that. That was wild, man. Dude, that shit had me fucking shaking, bro. That was wild. And then we had the big three monster trio do these attacks that were directly from the end of Wano. First of all, Sanji did the whole blue flame or light blue flame, which is very dope. Zoro with the whole Ashura demon thing that he used against King. So we had Sanji's thing with Queen, Zoro's like final attack against King, and then the big guns of big guns, the freest man on the planet, Gear fucking Fifth, yo. Gear Biffo. Yo, that was great. Yo. When I first saw that in the theater, I was gonna go ballistic. Like, bro, I cannot believe Toei actually showed. So now, I don't even know if I could actually recommend this to anime onlys now. I said, well, in the theater, I was like, oh, rest in peace anime onlys, because now they got spoiled on the new, like, Gear 5, Joy Boy. So now they got spoiled on that. So if you want to, so for the anime onlys that they do want to see it, I will be aware there is going to be some major end spoiler-ish attack things from the manga. So it's very weird. I don't know why they went with that, because it's like, wait a minute, hold up. Like, that's kind of weird, because, like, wait a minute. Sanji Blue Flame, anime onlys are like, Sanji Blue Flame, Zoro's Ashura, and then, whoa, then this. They're going to lose their goddamn minds, because they did not experience this yet in the end of Wano. So that's pretty intense. I don't know why they showed it, but I wasn't complaining. I was fucking happy as hell. I was hyped as fuck. Even the audience around me, even the audience in my theater were just going ape shit. They were like, let's fucking go. Like, they were all going there. This one dude was standing and dancing and shit, including with the music. Bro, it was fucking nuts. It was wild. Like, that's how you know the power of One Piece, even here in New Jersey, is still even strong. The One Piece is real, and yes, it did get higher. So, yeah. Anyways, though, so now the ending of the movie, we know that, like, Uta used all her last strength, you know, for Top Musica. And then she sang that song because Shanks gave her the mess and she refused it. So now a lot of people are wondering and confused if, like, Uta is really dead or alive. I say in the movie, the way they ended it, yeah, I think she is dead. I think she's dead in the movie because she did her final little song, you know, thing for all the world to hear, and how people want to remember her for her music. And, you know, and again, the character development for Uta was very well done. And Shanks in the movie and his crew were not just cameos. They did an amazing job in the movie, too. They did some really cool fight scenes, even though not all of them got to participate. For the most part, there was most of the crew members that did a really great job. Mostly Yasopp and Usopp, which was, again, very well done, very amazing. So I can't complain. Oh, Katakuri. All right, Katakuri, yeah. Katakuri being there was good. Oh yeah, Katakuri too. Katakuri doing his thing. See my boy doing his techniques. Very awesome. Same with Elvin and Sanji, which was a really great team up. Elvin teaming up with Sanji, very nice. So that was great too. But man, yeah. So in the movie, I said she's dead. In the canon manga, probably not. I will just say in this universe, in the movie, she's probably dead. But in the canon manga, probably not. But I would say in the movie, yeah, she's fucking dead. She's fucking dead. I think she really did die. And that's what makes it even a more tragedy. It's the same way that I felt with Zephyr on when his final battle was going on, when that sad music was playing. Same with Uta, but the way they set everything up with the music, especially, that's how you know, like, yeah, it's happened. So, yeah, just a very, very tragic way to go. But, man, the ending itself, while it was a bit sad, very sad for an ending, very dark. A very dark ending for this movie. Same with Film Z. Film Z had a very rough, dark ending as well. So, loved it. So, yeah. Now, I'm going to go directly back into Reality World here and go back to my closing thoughts starting now. Alright. So, there you go. That is my overall conclusion thoughts on One Piece Film Red. 10 out of 10. Beautiful music, beautiful animation, beautiful voice work both from the dub and the sub. Great stuff though. Great stuff all around. Just fantastic overall. I was very happy to experience this in theaters. As a One Piece fan, this made me extremely happy. I was very thrilled to see something like this go down. Just thank you to Crunchyroll, thank you to Toei, thanks to everyone that made this possible. And man, I really don't know if there's going to be an experience like this ever again, but in our movie. But only time will tell, because we still have like what, another maybe 2 more years, 3 years tops, so One Piece ends, and we're just gonna go see exactly what possibly could, unless they do like one more big movie for the final saga, and then like that's gonna be it for all the One Piece movies. But officially like a final One Piece movie, but we'll see. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you are non-spoiler or spoiler or viewer, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on what you think of the movie. If you love the movie, hate the movie, think things could have been better, blah blah, let me know. Until then, thank you so much for listening and watching as well. I'm the Ninja Reviewer signing out. So yeah, so have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, peace the fuck out. Stay safe and healthy, do these right crazy times, do me right and crazy. Peace, soul, love, chicken grease in the sky, gaunt and all is the limit. And manga fans, keep supporting what you read and what you watch. And that's it.